Hello everyone, I'm Yvonne, a children's librarian here at the Manchester City Library, and I want to welcome you to Elementary Experiments, or welcome you back if you've been here before. Here we will do experiments, activities, and craft aimed at elementary grades 1 through 6, with a focus on STEAM, or science, technology, engineering, arts, or math. With school still in and weather warming up, we know that everyone has a lot to do, so we will continue to post 2 elementary experiments each month here online to share our activities and crafts with as many people as possible. So that is going to be on the first and the third Tuesday of each month. But if you are in grades 1 through 6 and you like what you see, remember that we also have each month activities and crafts that we do together in person on the last Tuesday of the month at 3:30 p.m. at the Manchester City Library. That's the main branch. So if you want to join us in person and you are in the correct age range, then please do visit our website to register and make sure that we have enough supplies and crafts for everyone. Now that we've covered all of that, let's get into this week's Elementary Experiments theme. Hello everyone, and welcome to our activity for this week's Elementary Experiments, Messing with Rainbows. Today we are going to be making some rainbow sand slime. So we are going to be doing this with some liquid starch and some clear PVC glue or some clear school glue. So liquid starch slime, I kind of find it's a little bit hit or miss. Sometimes it can be like really stiff. But also it's a good choice for incorporating our sand because it can hold on to small particles well and feels really cool when you play with it. So we're going to go ahead and see if we can get it to work this time. So in our in-person elementary experiments, if everyone comes to the library on the last Tuesday of this month, we do have a whole ton of colored sand, and this isn't even all of it. And in that case, I think that everyone can probably choose a color to mix up, and then we can have fun combining them all. But since it's just me, and I'm assuming it's just you at home and you don't have tons of bowls and sand available, we are going to kind of try a slightly different experiment here online. So I have my bowl here, and I'm just gonna choose a couple colors to try to mix together. So in this case, I'm going to take some yellow and I'm going to take some blue. I'm going to put the rest of them aside. Okay, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my glue into our bowl. And this is the clear glue so that we'll be able to see our sand colors in it. All right, so now I'm going to kind of put in some of my sand. So as you guys may know, if you mix blue and yellow together, you do generally get green. But the question is, if you have blue sand and you have yellow sand, they're not going to and sand won't dissolve in our glue. If we put those into our slime, will we still get green, or will we get a slime that is yellow and that is blue? So that is part of what we're going to find out today. All right, so what I'm going to try and do at the beginning, I think, is to kind of put my yellow sand over here and my blue sand over here, and then mix it together when we put in the liquid starch. I don't know if that's going to work, but that's what we're going to aim for. You know what's interesting here is when I mix up my yellow, it already kind of is coagulating a little bit. So it's already kind of getting a little bit stiff. And I'm not sure why that is. It might be the chemical that has dyed it yellow. Hopefully we'll still be able to do okay. So we've got our two things of sand mixed in our glue. I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of liquid starch. Liquid starch, a little bit goes a long way. So we're basically just going to need to put in like little splashes as we mix this together. All right, and now we're going to start mixing this all together. Okay, so we have got our slime mixed up, and as you guys can see, it definitely looks green. Actually, I'm not entirely sure you can see on camera, but it definitely does look green. So even though we started with yellow sand and blue sand, and if you do kind of stretch the slime out carefully, like you can still see that there are like blue and yellow sand in our slime. When it's all together in a ball like this, it just looks green. So this kind of thing, when you have a whole bunch of small dots of one color, so yellow, and a whole bunch of small dots of another color like blue, very close together, and then you see another color like green in our slime. This is called optical color mixing, and it is like an optical illusion, and it's actually how a lot of paints and stuff are made, because there's just very, very, very small flecks of plastic or other materials inside of paint, inside of a clear medium. In our instance, our clear medium or our like main liquid is our clear glue. And then we put the flakes of color, in our case sand, into it and mix it together and make a whole new color, because our eyes kind of blend all of those tiny, tiny dots together and see them reflected as one color, in this case, green. Okay, so hopefully you guys enjoyed that lesson on art and science, as well as slime making. Again, I'm going to say that making our liquid starch slime can be a little bit tricky. I did have a couple of do-overs I had to do, so just be aware that getting the right consistency can be hard, and don't be mad at yourself if it doesn't come out perfect the first time. But remember, we will have more colors of sand at the Manchester City Library. If you want to come in on the last Tuesday of this month to play with us and mix up some different colors of our rainbow slime. All right, I definitely got some cleanup to do, and I need to put this away so that I will stop playing with it and continue with my work. But I will meet you back here for our Messing with Rainbows craft. And honestly, it's one of my favorite crafts. So I'll see you then. All right, welcome to our craft. Honestly, this is one of my favorite crafts that I've found, mainly just because I love to play with it. I really kind of get lost in the rhythm. It is kind of similar to like a very, very easy to use yo-yo or like a two-handed fidget toy. So hopefully that sounds interesting to you. If you are close to Manchester and in grades 1 through 6, please remember that you can pick up our craft kit at the main library, and that will get you a real good start. It has, of course, our instructions for both of the things that we did in our video, as well as about 3 feet of strong string Normally I do like to use like natural fibers like cotton, plant fibers, that kind of thing. But for this, there's just so much friction that takes place on the thread that if you use like a cotton thread, it's going to break eventually. So you still can use it, but just be aware that it will break. This thread that we have in the kit will hopefully last a little bit longer. All right, we have our the disc itself, which is a thin cardboard. So like if you have a cereal box, that will work. This one has the pre-punched holes, so it's not in the center, but it is on either side of the center. We also have a color wheel that you can color on, and we have construction paper wedges in the basic rainbow colors. All right, so I'm just going to do a fairly basic rainbow, like straight on rainbow version of the Newton disc, just to show you like the scientific effect of it, as well as to just show you the basic. But remember that you guys are free to do whatever you want with your craft, so experiment away and don't feel like you have to do exactly what I'm doing. But I am going to go ahead and use these beautiful markers that I grabbed in kind of the basic rainbow colors to color in my chart. I did also grab a pencil, which is mainly going to be used to repoke the holes as needed, and also probably to help me get my string through the holes. I have scissors to help cut this out, and then glue to get everything onto my disc. But that's getting a little far ahead. First, let me go ahead and color the color wheel. All right, so here is my color wheel. I did get like a little bit fancy with it, but not too fancy. So we are gonna go ahead and glue this onto my wheel. All right, and this is where I'm going to need my little pencil. So I'm gonna go and repoke these holes. So that's good. Now I'm also just going to go ahead and glue my construction paper wedges on this still blank side, just in rainbow order, because like I said, I'm just doing the basics here. You don't have to use the rainbow wedges if you don't want to. Obviously, feel free to have fun, but I'm going to use them since they're in our kit. All right, now I'm going to repoke the holes for this side. And now let's thread the string through. Basically, we're going to take the string and we're going to thread one end through each of the holes. Use my pencil. All right, so we got our disc on our string, and we are going to tie a knot here in the end. If you need help, always ask. It's not a problem. We have our knot. All right, now I'm going to show you how to play with the Newton disc. It can be a little bit tricky to get started, but once you get it, it's really fun. So we put our string and slide the disc into about the middle, right? About the middle. Then we are going to kind of just sort of swing it around a couple times in one direction. And then we're going to pull and release and kind of pull. Whoops, oh, I need to wind it up a little bit more. Hold on. Now we're going to go ahead and pull, get it spinning, and then it spins the other way automatically. Pull, release, pull, release, pull. And as you get it going, it should get just like easier and easier and like faster and faster to keep your disc spinning. Okay, now the cool science part of the Newton disc is that as you spin it, all of the colors that we have here, so these are the rainbow colors. So these are the colors that light can be split up to into when you put light through like a prism, or like that you will see in a basic rainbow in the sky. And so with the Newton disc, what we're showing is that when you spin all of these basic colors together, you can actually kind of recombine the wavelengths of light. So it looks like the colors are white when you spin, or maybe not white because all of our colors might not be like perfectly matching, but definitely kind of an off-white or a gray at least. So let's see what this Newton disc looks like when it spins from the side. All right, so you guys can see how the colors of my disc really do like start spinning and start going together to form, well, I mean, it's not white, but it's definitely kind of at least an off-white, right? And here's the other side. This side is with the, this is with the construction paper little slices. So when it goes. So just to throw a little bit more of science terminology at you guys, this type of a mix of light stimuli is actually called temporal optical mixing, and is a kind of additive mixing, right? Because all of the colors are being added together, and is related to the concept that the human visual perception cannot distinguish details of high-speed movements, and is also kind of known as persistence of vision. This is also a little bit related to how we can watch cartoons, right? Because cartoons are also like made of still images, but they move quickly, and so our brains kind of see it as one image going on. And that's it's a similar effect to what is happening here, where our brains can no longer distinguish the colors individually as they're moving. And so the wavelengths get blended together, and they recombine to form a white or whitish light, instead of the individual wavelengths of color that usually are bounced back to our eye. So that is our craft for this week. I hope that you guys enjoy it and have some fun with it. And I hope that you guys can get it spinning. As you saw, it can take a couple of tries to really get it going, but it is really fun and does make kind of a cool noise as you play with it. So I hope you enjoy. I am going to do a little bit of cleanup, including wash my hands, but I will see you in a second. All right, everyone, that is it for our Messing with Rainbows elementary experiments. I hope you had an interesting time learning a little bit about how our eyes perceive color. It's really quite fascinating. If you want to learn more, you can always stop by the Manchester City Library, where we do have books on color eyes and other fun things. I will put some related books at the end of this video as usual. But I also do want to remind everyone that we will be having our in-person elementary experiments on the last Tuesday of this month, and this is our last video of the month. So our in-person is going to be on the 30th of May at 3:30. So if you are in the area and you are in grades 1 through 6, please stop by, sign up if you can, so we make sure we have enough slime and sand and everything for everyone. But we will be doing that, so we hope to see you there. I also want to remind everyone that this is going to be our last elementary experiments before we start our summer reading program. And so then our elementary experiments is going to be a little different. Because there is no school, we are going to be doing our elementary experiments every other week. So that is going to be a different schedule than normal. So just please check our calendar, both for when our elementary experiments is going to be and for the other fun things we're going to be doing this summer. We will still be posting some videos in the summer, but we're not going to go through the whole thing. So you can definitely continue to check in. But we are going to be doing mostly in person this summer. So I hope that I will see at least some of you at the Manchester City Library during the summer. If not, please continue to check in and I will still post our instructions. Okay, I think that's everything for real this time. It's been a great year with you guys so far. And I'm excited to see what summer is going to bring us. All right, till then, bye.